Hello students, now we are going to see the subject of commerce. We are going to see Unit 9, Entrepreneurship Development. Under this entrepreneurship development, we are going to see elements of entrepreneurship. So here so many subtopics have given. The first one is entrepreneurship concept, meaning and definition. Then its characteristics and importance of entrepreneurship. Then entrepreneur, intrapreneur and manager, a comparison. Then women entrepreneurs, opportunities and challenges. And the last topic is entrepreneurial functions. Now we can see what is entrepreneurship development. Entrepreneurship development is the means of enhancing the knowledge and the skill of entrepreneurs through several classroom coaching and programs and even from training. This entrepreneur development process helps new firms or ventures get better in achieving their goals, improve their business, and also for the welfare of the nation's economy. The next is elements of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is classified into two. The one is innovation and risk bearing. Now we can see the meaning of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship generates employment opportunities to many people besides providing a self-employment to the entrepreneur. Any business venture started triggers a variety of economic activities like purchasing raw material, creating employment opportunities, and so on. Thus, entrepreneurship becomes a crucial for overall economic development of a nation. Thus, the person who establishes business is termed as entrepreneur. The next, we are going to see the concept of entrepreneur. Here, the term entrepreneur has been derived from the French language, which originally denotes designation of an organizer of musical or other entertainments. Oxford Dictionary 1897 has defined an entrepreneur as the director or a manager of a musical institution which organizes musical performance. Since the term entrepreneur is used in many ways and various views about entrepreneur began to surface. Accordingly, entrepreneurs are now broadly classified into three groups, namely risk bearer, organizer and innovator. Thus, this is all about the concept of entrepreneur. The next topic is classification of entrepreneur. So it is classified into organizer, risk bearer and innovator. Now we are going to see risk bearer. Entrepreneur as a risk bearer. Here, Richard Cantillon, an Irishman, described the entrepreneur to be a person who assumes risk inherent in the venture started by him. Entrepreneur acts as an agent combining all factors of production that to produce a product or service in order to sell at uncertain price in future. Knight also described, Knight means he is an author, Knight also describes an entrepreneur to be an economy functionary who undertakes the risk of uncertainty which cannot be insured or capitalized or salaried. In a nutshell, entrepreneur is described to be a risk taker. Thus, entrepreneur will be act as a risk bearer. The next one is entrepreneur as an organizer. According to Jean-Baptiste, entrepreneur is one who brings together various factors of production and creates an entity to produce a product or service and supervises and coordinates several functions in the process. This is called to be as an entrepreneur as an organizer. The next one is entrepreneur as an innovator. According to him, entrepreneur is one who introduces a brand new product in the market. And also he institutes new technology to produce a product. And the third point is he discovers new course of supply of raw materials. And the fourth one is he discovers new product, hit her to untapped. And the fifth point is he puts in place a new form of organization by establishing a monopoly or by dismantling existing monopoly. So these are all about the meaning of or acting of entrepreneur. So this is called to be as an entrepreneur, as an innovator. The next topic is definition of entrepreneur. Here A.H. Cole has defined as the purposeful activity of an individual or group of associated individuals undertaken to initiate, maintain or earn profits by production and distribution of economic goods and services. This is the definition of entrepreneur which was given by A.H. Cole. The next definition of entrepreneur which was given by J.A. Schumpeter, Joseph A. Schumpeter. So here he has said that entrepreneurship is essentially a creative activity. It consists of doing such things as are generally not done in ordinary course of business. An entrepreneur is one who innovates, that is, who carries out new combination or enterprise. That is the definition for this entrepreneur which was given by J.A. Schumpeter, Joseph A. Schumpeter. The next definition which was given by Mary Coulter. The author has says that entrepreneurship is the process whereby an individual or group of individuals use organized efforts to pursue opportunities to create value and grow by fulfilling their wants and needs through innovation and uniqueness, no matter what resources the entrepreneur currently has. This was the definition which was given by Mary Coulter. So these are all the definitions about entrepreneur. The next topic is characteristics of entrepreneur. Under this, the first point is spirit of enterprise. Entrepreneur should be bold enough to encounter risk arising from the venture undertaken. Entrepreneur should not get discouraged by setbacks or frustrations emerging during the course of entrepreneur journey. So this is called to be as a spirit of enterprise. The next one is self-confidence. Entrepreneurs should have a self-confidence in order to achieve high goals in the business. The negativities like inconvenience, discomfort, disappointments, rejections, then frustrations and so on should not weaken his steely resolve to make the venture a grand success. This is called self-confidence. The next one is flexibility. Entrepreneurs should not doggedly stick to decisions in a rigid fashion. Entrepreneur should change the decisions made already in the light of ever-changing business environment. This is called to be as a flexibility. The next one is innovation. Entrepreneur should contribute something new or something unique to meet the changing requirements of customers, namely new product, new method of production or distribution, adding new features to the existing product, uncovering a new territory for business, innovating raw material, etc. These are the new innovations which should be done by the entrepreneur in the business. The next one is resource mobilization. Entrepreneurs should have the capability to mobilize both tangible inputs like manpower, money, materials, technology, market, method, etc., which are scattered over a wide area, and certain intangible inputs like motivation, moral, and innovativeness cannot be purchased in the market outright. The next one is hard work. Entrepreneurs have to courageously face uncertainties, risk and constraints. They should not blame the uncontrollable factors for the misfortunes experienced during the course of their entrepreneurial venture. They should spend their energy in addressing the issue to stay successful. This is called to be as a hard work. The next one is leadership. Entrepreneur should be able to influence team members by showing sympathy and empathy so as to enable them to contribute positively towards the goals of the venture. Entrepreneur should lead others from the front and by personal example, and should walk the talk and effectively take all the followers to activate the goals of the venture. This is called to be as a leadership. The next one is foresight. Entrepreneur should have a foresight to visualize future business environment. In other words, entrepreneur should foresee the likely changes to take place in market, consumer attitude, technological developments, etc., and should take timely actions accordingly. This is called to be as a foresight. The next one is analytical ability. Entrepreneurs should not make decisions on the basis of own prejudice or personal likes and dislikes. Entrepreneur should be able to objectively analyze the situation and act accordingly. They should abstain from taking emotional or hasty decisions when they are overwhelmed by emotions. This is called to be as an analytical ability. The last one is decision making. Entrepreneur has to take timely and correct decision with regard to nature and type of product to be produced, type of technology to be adopted, type of human assets to be employed, location of the enterprise, size of the unit, volume of production, and so on. The very success of any enterprise hinges on prompt, correct and relevant decisions which was made by the entrepreneur. So these are all the characteristics of entrepreneur. The next topic is importance of entrepreneurship. Under this, the first point is innovation. Entrepreneurship and innovation are closely intertwined with each other. It is no exaggeration to say that innovation cannot happen in any country without entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs have contributed in no small measure to economic development of any country by innovation. All these innovative exercise ensures rise in income and output in the economy. This is called to be as an innovation. The next one is contribution to gross domestic product, that is GDP. Promotion of entrepreneurship all across the country would undoubtedly add to gross domestic product and national income of a country. The next one is balanced regional development. Under this, encouragement of entrepreneurship in underdeveloped and undeveloped regions of a country through various incentives and concessions is more likely to promote a balanced regional development across the country. Thus, it checks the migration of rural population to urban centers in pursuit of employment. The next point is export promotion. Entrepreneurship helps a country not only earn precious foreign exchange but also preserve it. If entrepreneurship is encouraged to produce export-oriented goods, it can significantly add to foreign exchange reserve of a country. Similarly, if entrepreneurship is encouraged to produce products which are usually imported from foreign countries, that is, it imports from substitute goods, it can help the country save precious foreign exchange. This is called to be as an export promotion. The next one is full utilization of latent resource. Promotion of entrepreneurship across the country which leads to a better utilization of economic, human, material and natural resources which would remain otherwise unutilized in a country. The next one is reduction of concentration of economic power in few hands. Promotion of entrepreneurship by encouraging small, medium and micro enterprises prevents the concentration of economic power in the hands of few large entrepreneurs. It promotes faster industrialization and it brings about equitable distribution of wealth in the society. That is called to be as a reduction of concentration of economic power in few hands. The next point is better standard of living. Entrepreneurs provide a lot of well-being measures to their employees besides paying salaries and wages. This unmistakably helps employees upgrade their standard of living. Some of entrepreneurs who have genuine concern for the welfare of the general public supply goods of good quality at fair price. This in turn helps consuming public save more money and spends liberally on comfort and convenience goods which are supposed to enhance the standard of living of the general public. This is called to be as a better standard of living. Thus, these are all the importance of entrepreneurship. The next topic is intrapreneur. Intrapreneur is one who thinks and acts like an entrepreneur for the firm's development during the course of employment in an organization. An intrapreneur is described to be an inside entrepreneur or an entrepreneur within a large firm who uses entrepreneurial skills without incurring the risk which associated with those activities. Intrapreneurs are usually employees of a company who are assigned to a particular project or who are assigned to work on a special idea. Intrapreneurs usually use the resources and capabilities of the firm to work on the project or on the idea. These are all about the meaning of intrapreneur. Now we can see the differences between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. Under this, the first difference is thinking. Under entrepreneur is a free thinker, but an intrapreneur is forced to think independently but within scope of business activities undertaken in the enterprise. The second difference is dependency. Entrepreneur is an independent person, but intrapreneur is dependent on the entrepreneur. He is an employee. And the third difference is fund mobilization. Under entrepreneur, he has to mobilize funds to finance the venture. But in intrapreneur, he does not engage in fund mobilization but can access funds mobilized by the entrepreneur. The fourth difference is reward. Entrepreneur is rewarded by profit for the risk-bearing exercise, but intrapreneur does not share in profits of venture but gets perquisites, salary, incentives, etc. for the service. And the next difference is risk-bearing. Under an entrepreneur bears the risk which involved in the venture undertaken, but intrapreneur does not bear any risk in the venture and does not even share the risk inherent in the project or work assigned. However, intrapreneur is accountable for the task or project assigned. The next difference is status. Under entrepreneur is owner and does not report to anybody in the venture. But in intrapreneur is a salaried employee. Intrapreneur works within control put in place in the organization and is made accountable for the activities undertaken. And the last difference is operation. Entrepreneur operates mostly outside the enterprise, but intrapreneur operates within the enterprise. So these are all the differences between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. The next topic is the difference between entrepreneur and manager. Under this, the first difference is motive. Under entrepreneur, the very motive of an entrepreneur is to start a venture by selling of an entity. But in manager, the very motive of manager is to render service in an entity set up for execution of venture. The second difference is status. Entrepreneur is owner of the entity, but manager is a salaried employee in the entity set up for carrying on the venture. And the third difference is risk bearing. Entrepreneur bears the eventual risk and uncertainty in operating the enterprise. But in manager, he does not bear any risk in the venture. Where the venture is unsuccessful, he or she simply quits the enterprise. And the fourth difference is rewards. Entrepreneur is rewarded by profit for the risk-bearing exercise. The reward for entrepreneur is totally uncertain. But in manager, manager's reward, salary, bonus, allowance is certain and regular. And the last difference is skills. An entrepreneur requires creative talent, intuition, and urge for innovation. But in manager, manager requires conceptual skills and human relation skills. So these are all about the differences between entrepreneur and manager. Next, assignment number 13. The first question is, what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur? What are the characteristics of an entrepreneur? The second question is, distinguish between an entrepreneur and an intrapreneur. Distinguish between an entrepreneur and an intrapreneur.